111 horrifying things archaeologists found in America. 1. Beneath the quiet lands of America lies a hidden and terrifying history. Archaeologists have uncovered discoveries that challenge everything we think we know about ancient civilizations. From mass graves to unexplained artifacts, these findings reveal a past filled with violence, mystery, and fear that still sends chills today. 2. In the American Southwest, archaeologists discovered mass burial sites containing dozens of skeletons showing signs of brutal deaths. Many had fractured skulls and broken bones, suggesting violent conflict. Some evidence even points toward extreme survival situations where cannibalism may have occurred during famine or drought. 3. In forested regions of North America, ancient graves revealed strange burial rituals. Some bodies were found with stones placed in their mouths, possibly to prevent spirits from speaking or returning. Others had limbs bound tightly, hinting at deep spiritual fear surrounding death and the afterlife. 4. Certain caves revealed preserved human remains with disturbing facial expressions still visible after thousands of years. These faces appear frozen in terror, suggesting sudden death or extreme trauma. Researchers continue to debate whether these deaths were caused by attacks, accidents, or ritual practices. 5. Rock carvings discovered across America show unsettling figures that do not resemble known animals or humans. Some appear as hybrid creatures or shadow-like beings. These ancient symbols raise questions about whether early civilizations encountered unknown phenomena or spiritual beliefs we still cannot interpret. 6. In one excavation site, archaeologists uncovered a hidden underground chamber containing strange figurines arranged in a circular formation around what appears to be a ritual altar. Traces of unknown substances suggest possible sacrificial ceremonies performed in secrecy. 7. Entire ancient settlements have been discovered abandoned without explanation. Homes were left intact, food remained on cooking surfaces, and personal belongings were untouched. It appears the inhabitants left suddenly, creating one of archaeology's most chilling mysteries. 8. Some skulls found in burial sites show intentional deformation, where heads were shaped during early childhood. While this may have been cultural, the extreme variations in skull shapes continue to raise questions about ancient practices and beliefs. 9. Archaeologists have uncovered skeletons buried in unusual positions such as face down, tightly curled, or stacked together. These burial methods may suggest fear of the dead or attempts to contain individuals believed to be dangerous even after death. 10. In rare cases, ancient remains show evidence of primitive surgical procedures. Drilled skulls and precise bone cuts indicate early medical attempts. Surprisingly, some individuals survived these operations, showing advanced knowledge for their time. 11. Weapons still embedded in ancient bones tell silent stories of violent battles. These discoveries capture the exact moment of death, proving that early American societies often engaged in brutal and deadly conflicts. 12. Some artifacts discovered in caves and burial sites have no known purpose or explanation. Their strange shapes and unknown symbols continue to confuse experts, suggesting lost knowledge or forgotten civilizations. 13. Across different regions, archaeologists keep finding sites that do not match any known historical culture. These anomalies suggest that parts of America's ancient past may still be completely unknown to modern science. 14. The deeper archaeologists dig, the more mysteries they uncover. Each discovery seems to reveal another layer of fear, violence, and unexplained phenomena buried beneath the earth for centuries. 15. These findings remind us that history is not always peaceful. The past was filled with survival struggles, strange beliefs, and possibly events that still cannot be explained today. 16. And as excavations continue, there is always the possibility that even more terrifying discoveries are waiting to be found beneath our feet. 17. If you enjoyed this journey into the dark and mysterious side of archaeology, make sure to subscribe to this channel for more chilling discoveries and untold historical secrets. 18. In several burial grounds across North America, archaeologists have found graves marked with unusual arrangements of stones forming circular or spiral patterns. Some believe these patterns were meant to trap or confuse spirits, showing how deeply ancient people feared the afterlife and the unknown. 19. In one shocking discovery, remains were found with evidence of deliberate dismemberment after death. Bones were separated and placed in different directions, suggesting rituals meant either to punish the dead or prevent them from returning in spiritual form. Some excavation sites revealed ancient tools made from bone and stone that appear unusually advanced for their time period. The precision of these tools suggests knowledge that challenges what we thought we knew about early American civilizations. 21. Archaeologists have also discovered large underground tunnels beneath old settlement areas. The purpose of these tunnels remains unclear, but some theories suggest they were used for escape, hiding, or possibly secret rituals conducted away from the surface world. 22. In certain regions, entire groups appear to have been buried at the same time, all in similar positions. This raises the possibility of sudden catastrophic events such as disease outbreaks, violent attacks, or unexplained disasters that wiped out entire communities. 23. One of the most disturbing finds includes skeletons with signs of trauma that cannot be easily explained, including unusual bone breaks and injuries that suggest either unknown weapons or extreme physical force. 24. Ancient pottery discovered at multiple sites contains symbols that resemble warning signs or ritual instructions. Some researchers believe these markings could represent forgotten languages or messages meant to guide spiritual practices. 25. In caves across America, archaeologists have found handprints and carvings placed high on walls, suggesting they were not decorative but possibly part of ritual ceremonies involving climbing, chanting, or sacrifice. 26. Some burial sites contain children buried alongside unusual objects such as carved figures, animal remains, or tools. The meaning of these offerings remains uncertain, but they suggest deeply complex belief systems surrounding death and protection. 27. In rare cases, human remains show signs of healing after severe injuries, indicating that ancient communities practiced forms of care or medicine despite harsh living conditions. 28. However, not all discoveries show compassion. Some remains appear to have been deliberately desecrated, suggesting conflict, revenge, or punishment even after death. 29. Archaeologists have uncovered evidence of ancient fires that destroyed entire settlements. Burn layers in soil suggest sudden destruction, possibly from warfare or unknown natural disasters. In several locations, strange stone formations have been found aligned with astronomical events. While some believe these were used for tracking stars, others think they may have had spiritual or ritual significance tied to fear of cosmic forces. 31. Some artifacts appear to have no practical use at all, leading researchers to believe they may have been ceremonial objects used in rituals that are now completely lost to time. 32. Across multiple excavation sites, repeating patterns of sudden abandonment continue to appear, suggesting that ancient life in America was often unstable and unpredictable. 33. These discoveries continue to challenge modern understanding of early civilizations, forcing historians to reconsider what they thought they knew about human development in America. 34. Each new excavation adds another layer of mystery, revealing that much of America's ancient history is still buried and waiting to be uncovered. 35. And with every new discovery, one thing becomes clear: the past was far more complex, terrifying, and mysterious than most people realize. 36. If you're fascinated by these hidden truths and want to uncover more shocking archaeological discoveries, don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more videos that reveal the secrets buried beneath history. In parts of the American Midwest, archaeologists have uncovered large earthen mounds containing carefully arranged human remains. Some bodies were placed in ceremonial positions, suggesting highly organized belief systems that may have included complex rituals around death and rebirth. 38. Certain skeletons show evidence of heavy blunt force trauma, but without any matching weapon marks nearby. This has led researchers to wonder whether unknown tools, environmental forces, or even ritual combat may have been involved. 39. In a few burial sites, archaeologists discovered remains buried alongside animals that were not native to the region. This raises questions about long-distance trade, migration, or symbolic sacrifices that connected different ancient cultures. 40. Some ancient settlements reveal evidence of sudden collapse, where structures were intentionally destroyed rather than abandoned. This suggests possible internal conflict, invasion, or ritual destruction of entire communities. 41. Strange stone circles have been found in remote areas, often with no clear entrance or exit. Their purpose is still debated, but some believe they may have been used for ceremonies that required isolation from the outside world. 42. In several cave systems, archaeologists found bones arranged in patterns that resemble symbolic storytelling. These arrangements may represent early attempts to record events, beliefs, or warnings. 43. Some remains show unusual staining on bones, possibly from exposure to unknown substances or ancient burial chemicals. This has sparked theories about preservation rituals or toxic environments used intentionally in burial practices. 44. Archaeologists have also uncovered tools that appear to be made from materials not locally available, suggesting ancient trade routes or migrations that are still not fully understood. 45. In rare cases, entire families appear to have been buried together under strange conditions, sometimes with no signs of struggle, leaving the cause of death unknown. 46. Some ancient carvings depict large humanoid figures towering over smaller humans, raising questions about mythology, symbolic storytelling, or misunderstood historical encounters. 47. Evidence of ancient food storage sites shows sudden abandonment, with preserved food still intact, suggesting people left quickly without preparation or warning. 48. In certain regions, archaeologists have found buried objects placed in deliberate patterns around skeletons, possibly indicating protective rituals meant to guard the dead in the afterlife. 49. Some skulls display fractures that healed before death, suggesting individuals survived violent encounters only to die later from unrelated causes. 50. In a few excavation sites, researchers discovered layered burials, where older graves were disturbed and reused repeatedly over generations, suggesting shifting cultural beliefs about death and land ownership. 51. Strange bone tools shaped like hooks or spikes have been found, but their exact use remains unknown, leading to speculation about forgotten hunting or ritual practices. 52. Archaeologists have also uncovered ancient pits filled with ash, burned remains, and broken artifacts, possibly marking sites of mass ceremonies or catastrophic destruction. 53. Some burial chambers contain engraved warnings or symbols placed near entrances, possibly meant to deter grave robbers or protect sacred spaces. 54. In a few cases, skeletons show signs of extreme dental wear, suggesting diets or practices that were far harsher than previously imagined. 55. Evidence of sudden flooding in ancient settlements shows that some communities may have been wiped out by natural disasters with little warning. 56. In remote areas, archaeologists found stone tools arranged in geometric patterns that seemed too precise to be accidental, hinting at advanced planning or unknown cultural practices. 57. Some remains were discovered with missing bones that show no signs of animal activity, raising questions about ritual removal or unknown post-death practices. 58. Archaeologists have also uncovered ancient masks made from bone and stone, possibly used in ceremonies involving identity transformation or spiritual possession. 59. In certain caves, handprints appear smeared or distorted, suggesting panic or movement during their creation. 60. Evidence of ancient fire pits shows repeated use over long periods, possibly indicating ritual gatherings or communal events tied to spiritual beliefs. 61. Some skeletons show signs of extreme nutritional deficiency, indicating periods of famine that may have forced communities into desperate survival behaviors. 62. Across multiple sites, archaeologists continue to find evidence that ancient American civilizations were far more complex, mysterious, and sometimes terrifying than previously believed. 63. Each discovery adds more questions than answers, revealing fragments of a world that has largely been lost to time. 64. And as research continues, archaeologists believe there are still countless undiscovered sites hiding beneath the surface, waiting to reveal even darker secrets. 65. The deeper we dig into America's ancient past, the more we realize how little we truly understand about the people who once lived here. 66. These discoveries challenge history books and force us to reconsider everything we thought we knew about early civilizations. 67. If you are fascinated by these mysterious and horrifying archaeological finds, make sure you subscribe to this channel for more hidden truths and unexplained discoveries from the past. 68. In several excavation sites across America, archaeologists have found evidence of carefully constructed underground chambers filled with human remains placed in deliberate formations. The purpose of these chambers remains unclear, but the arrangement suggests ritualistic intent rather than simple burial. 69. Some skeletons show signs of post-mortem manipulation, where bones were repositioned after death. This has led to theories involving spiritual ceremonies meant to guide the dead into another realm or prevent unrest among the living. 70. Ancient stone carvings in certain regions depict scenes of conflict involving unknown weapons and oversized figures. These images do not match any known historical records, raising questions about lost stories or symbolic representations of fear. 71. In a few locations, archaeologists discovered buried objects wrapped in layers of animal hides and plant material, suggesting careful preservation or ritual offerings meant to last beyond death. 72. Some ancient settlements reveal evidence of sudden firestorms that burned structures unevenly, suggesting either coordinated attacks or environmental events that overwhelmed entire communities. 73. In cave systems, unusual echo patterns and markings on walls suggest that these spaces may have been used for sound-based rituals or ceremonies involving chanting and resonance. 74. Certain burial sites contain evidence of repeated reopening over time, where graves were disturbed and modified, possibly indicating ongoing rituals or ancestral worship practices. 75. Archaeologists have uncovered tools with wear patterns inconsistent with known uses, suggesting functions that modern science has not yet been able to fully explain. 76. In some regions, human remains have been found with carefully placed stones over their eyes or mouths, possibly symbolizing protection, silence, or containment of the spirit. 77. Evidence from multiple sites suggests that some ancient communities may have practiced seasonal migration, leaving behind entire settlements that appear suddenly abandoned but intact. 78. Some skeletal remains show signs of rare diseases or conditions that were likely poorly understood at the time, hinting at ancient struggles with illness and survival. 79. Archaeologists have also discovered carved wooden artifacts preserved in unusual conditions, showing detailed craftsmanship that challenges assumptions about early technological development. 80. In certain burial grounds, objects were found deliberately broken before being placed with the dead, possibly symbolizing the end of use or the transition into the afterlife. 81. Some excavation sites reveal evidence of long-term occupation followed by abrupt disappearance, leaving behind tools, food storage, and personal items as if life stopped instantly. 82. Strange layered soil formations at some sites suggest repeated cycles of destruction and rebuilding, possibly due to recurring disasters or conflicts over generations. 83. In rare cases, archaeologists have found skeletons positioned in upright seated postures, which may indicate ritual display or symbolic representation of authority after death. 84. Certain artifacts appear to have been intentionally placed at significant astronomical alignments, suggesting a connection between ancient beliefs and celestial events. 85. Evidence of ancient drainage systems in some settlements shows advanced planning, but their sudden abandonment raises questions about what forced these communities to leave. 86. In some caves, pigment markings appear to fade or change depending on light conditions, suggesting intentional use of natural environments in ritual expression. 87. Archaeologists have uncovered evidence of ancient conflict zones where multiple layers of remains indicate repeated violent encounters over long periods. 88. Some burial sites contain evidence of ceremonial fires lit directly above graves, possibly as part of purification or mourning rituals. 89. Unusual stone tools found in isolated areas show signs of being shaped for symbolic rather than practical use, suggesting spiritual or ritual importance. 90. In several regions, archaeologists have found evidence of synchronized burial events, where multiple individuals were interred at the same time under similar conditions. 91. Some skeletal remains show unusual patterns of stress injuries, suggesting lives filled with extreme physical hardship or forced labor. 92. Ancient carvings found in remote locations depict scenes of celestial events alongside human figures, possibly indicating attempts to explain natural phenomena through storytelling. 93. Evidence of underground water channels beneath settlements suggests advanced environmental understanding, yet many of these systems were never completed or used. 94. Some burial chambers contain layered offerings that appear to have been added over time, indicating ongoing spiritual practices long after initial burial. 95. Archaeologists have discovered artifacts made from exotic materials not native to the region, suggesting long-distance interaction between ancient cultures. 96. In certain sites, remains appear to have been deliberately concealed under large stone slabs, possibly to protect or imprison the dead. 97. Some ancient dwellings show signs of rapid evacuation, with food, tools, and valuables left behind in a way that suggests urgency or panic. 98. Evidence of repeated structural rebuilding in some areas suggests communities that were frequently destroyed and reconstructed over time. 99. Certain skeletons display unusual symmetry in injury patterns, raising questions about ritual combat or highly structured forms of violence. 100. Archaeologists continue to uncover artifacts that defy classification, leaving experts unsure whether they are tools, ceremonial objects, or something entirely unknown. 101. Across all these discoveries, one thing becomes clear: ancient America held complex societies with beliefs and practices that are still not fully understood. 102. Each excavation reveals fragments of a world filled with mystery, fear, and traditions that challenge modern interpretation. 103. Many of these findings suggest that early civilizations experienced events or held beliefs that are now lost to time. 104. The more archaeologists uncover, the more questions arise about how these societies lived, worshipped, and ultimately disappeared. 105. Some discoveries even hint at knowledge systems or cultural practices that have no surviving record in written history. 106. These mysteries continue to inspire debate among historians, archaeologists, and researchers worldwide. 107. Despite decades of study, Many sites remain only partially explored, leaving countless secrets still buried beneath the earth. (108) Every new discovery adds depth to the story of ancient America, but also expands the mystery surrounding it. 109. It is clear that the past was far more complex, strange, and sometimes terrifying than what is recorded in textbooks. 110. And as technology improves, archaeologists believe even more shocking discoveries are waiting to be uncovered in the future. 111. If you enjoyed this journey into the hidden and horrifying side of archaeology, make sure to subscribe to this channel for more unbelievable discoveries, ancient mysteries, and forgotten histories that will keep you coming back for more.